Go to the sewers. What we need is a Gith teleporter. Like was in the monastery. That's what we need. Don't know what that's for either. That's probably dribbles, isn't it? Can we get into Nine Fingers from here? We go down there, we can. Right, come back.
They're not mutually exclusive. Weave is served best. Dash of eloquence.
I don't like that all of a sudden we're missing half of these conversations either. It was Gale whittering on about something. Will this take us to... No, it won't. Is there a door there? Well, I ain't getting in that way, obviously, because no one's doing any checks for anything. I don't think she'll help anyway. Let's go there. Let's have a chat with her though. I think. Interesting. I have an extra marker on the map that isn't showing up here. That is broken. Because that is the same on the sewers. So unless that's for dribbles, which I'd be surprised because there's more than one bit of him. I've built this whole last like 12 hours, 15 hours, probably more than maybe 20 hours on slaying the Emperor and getting Orpheus out. I don't know if we can. Guildhall's over here. Guildhall's over here. Go over there. I don't know how to do it.
We'll just stand here until you remember the way, shall we?
And I don't think this is a way, but there might be an option to say, have you heard? Do you know?
Wondering about your queen, Blackith. What tales of her reach us are terrifying. I suppose that's not how you would describe her.
Blackith is unity, fear and beauty. life and unlife. Eyes like onyx, teeth like daggers. There is none more perfect.
Sounds vile. I assume the meaning of
Yeah.
perfect was lost in translation.
So, why are you talking about Vlaakith like that when you know what she's done and you are sworn to take her out?
You have a cult to kill. What do you need from me to do it?
I need information.
Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab.
Nothing. Is there anybody in there? There isn't. Let's have a go. Trying to be all sneaky like and you're not letting me do it. Piss off with your 17s. Come on. Come on. At least it's not a 17. It might be a critical failure. It's not a 17. You could do it. You just needed to do that the first time. Right, so that gets us into the sewers. Well, that was an absolute chew-on. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Right, okay. So that isn't actually that. That's a different way. The only option that we have is to continue on with the quest that we know, and that's the quest to go and see the Elder Brain. My assumption is we would get close to the Elder Brain and something will trigger and the Emperor will say, right, before we go and do this, come and see me. We'd go in and that's when you get your chance to strike. Now I've been feeling like we're heading that way for a while, but I would have thought something would have triggered once we had all 3 Netherstones on the night that we rested before we did anything else. Because it just says wait. And it said wait for hours now. But I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break and I'll be back with what might be the last quest of this game, or what might be the bit that triggers the Emperor where we can finally smash his squiddy little face in. I'll be back in 2. Right. Oh, we should have gone there. In fact, we will do that. Temple of Baal, let's go. Did we get that? Oh, there was bombs up here. Oh, we can heal, it'll be fine. I think we did get that. Didn't we? We didn't. Wasn't really worth the detail, but whatever. Right, so where are we going? It was this way. We probably could have just dimension doored across, but I'm saving spells. I don't know what we're going to find. I don't think this game is overly... There's been some very stressful fights, but I don't think the stressful fights are the ones against the big characters, because they're usually very strong, rightfully so, and they can do some tricksy things, but if you manage it well and you get rid of their ads, you just focus them down, right? Which, when you've got 4 fairly well-powered characters, they ain't gonna last long. I don't want to do this. I don't know if this is right. I think we can talk to them regardless. Reunite. Waypoint? There's another waypoint here. Interesting. Evading the Elder Brain. The Emperor is interrogated by Gortash. Part 3. Gortash. When we captured you, you were a rogue. An autonomous illithid beyond the power of the Elder Brain that transformed you. Emperor. That is correct. When we brought you back to this psionic ambit of our hovering friend the Absolute, your defenses were overwhelmed and you returned to your former servile state. Also correct. How did you escape the control of the Elder Brain in the first place? In my original humanoid form, I possessed an exceptionally strong personality, so much so that even after Ceramorphosis, I was still sustainably myself. Of course, I concealed this beneath an semblance of perfect servitude. Is that true? And that's why the Elder Brain was willing to send you out of the colony on scouting missions. Yes, as I told you before. How long did you feign mental slavery before you were able to escape? 13 3/4 years. Until finally you were given a mission to Baldur's Gate. Distant enough to be out of the Elder Brain's control. That is correct. Remarkable. That is correct. And you don't mind that we've brought you back under psionic control? I am entirely devoted to the needs of our Elder Brain and of its masters. You're not lying about that, right? Correct. That would be impossible. That completely goes against everything that the Emperor has told us. He said that he was in servitude and then he broke free. Whereas that says he chose to play the game until he was able to break free. I don't trust this guy. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to jump in the skiff, we're going to see what happens. I fully withhold the right to reload and Google how we do the Orpheus thing, because that's what I want to do. We'll see how this plays out. If this takes me to the Elder Brain, I don't know. Do we go with it? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it will do, so there is no turning back.
Can you feel it? That ache in your skull, that silent scream. The brain wants us for its puppets.
I'm going to Google it. I don't want any spoilers, so this is going to be tough. Fine. So I did read a spoiler, but it's a spoiler for something that happens if we do something differently. So just to confirm, we have the 3. We also have the hammer. And as a show of goodwill, because me and Lae'zel are a team now,
Blacket's will be done.
I'm going to send it to Lae'zel. Because I wouldn't be the one to do it, it would be Lae'zel. I would be fighting, because we're Gale down, so I'd probably turn melee, because we have Gale and not Karlach. So I'd have to run tank while she smacks things, and I would get... Yeah, that's what we do. So we give her the hammer anyway. I'm not going to equip it just yet, because I don't know. She has it in her inventory. Let's go to the Morphic Pool. This might be the final stream of our first Baldur's Gate 3 session.
pristine darkness in every direction.
That's what I live for. I'm so nervous.
Silence, but for the gentle, rhythmic slap of water on rock as your vessel cuts through.
What awaits us in the depths? So nervous. We have a save, so it's fine. We can always go back. But I don't think we need to. I think this is the way. I think what I think is going to happen is how this plays out. Which is, we're waiting for our chance, which is a final debrief with the Emperor. Which makes sense. Of course he'd want to try and confirm our plan. Or go through with his threat. You can hear the thumb and the hum. Gale, cast shield. I didn't know he could swim. Shadowheart can't. And wearing armor. Where's the rest of the party? Oh, thank God for that.
An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
This isn't a dream.
Smell it. The brine. It's infused with magic. The brain is here.
Another step forward.
Okay. Okay, we made it. And it's giving me gold. You taking the piss? How do we get word to our allies? Oh, nice. That was worth it. Inventory report. Goods delivered upstairs. Tarazal 6 pouches. Dream Mist 14 vials. Wyvern Toxin 2 bottles. G Cube Lube. Gelatinous Cube Lube. That's acidic. 2 double bottles. Basilisk Oil 3 bottles. Spectator Eye 1. Negotiations. The talks with those 3 are going nowhere. The talks with those 3 are going nowhere. I don't know what they want, but I'm close to just cutting contact. No good comes from negotiating with the deranged. L. L. Hey, buddy.
Waiting. Preparing. Calculating. Evolving.
The skull was going to crack.
No wonder there's a headless corpse there.
Pain's getting worse. Brain's getting stronger.
We're close. We must be.
I have a lot on my mind.
Nice. Save me a spell. Excellent. We now have 2 globes of invulnerability.
No one's stopped me yet.
So people's heads have been exploding all the way up. Oh, this is freaky. Now it's turning into, yeah, I was expecting more of that than trees. You see how they're all headless corpses? So you can't do speak with dead? It's clever. Personal note from the chest. I don't know why I'm always the one being sent to smuggle goods into High Hall. I value my neck just as much as everyone else around here, and those traps are just as dangerous as the day they were installed. It's only fair that I get danger bonus for this work. So if you find this cache, that's because I'm keeping it here for my retirement. L. Old ledger. This ledger is of contraband merchandise from a team of Knights of the Shield smugglers, which we read about in Gortash's death room, with additional notes to the effects that, under pressure from the newcomer Gortash for smuggling into the upper city, they've been forced to fall back on using this long unused route, a subterranean creek that connects with the Chionthar. Okay, nothing interesting. Dead intellect devourers. Well, that's obviously the way that we're supposed to go. So let's head this way. The arrow dragon slayings are pretty good. I don't know if we're going to find a dragon here. God, I hope we don't find a dragon here. I don't know if I've got enough energy to fight a dragon and an elder brain. Listella Drycelis. She smoked him good.